Hello everyone, welcome to Roma Theory. Yep, you've read it right. It's a Roman derby to try and get Wilfried Zaha. It's Roma against Lazio all over again, not on the pitch, but in the transfer window. Because both the Roman teams are interested in Zaha. Lazio, may add, is potentially out of the two leading the race, because they've asked information in these last couple of hours and have contacted Zaha, just because I think we have other priorities, in a sense that I think we want to complete other deals before maybe what the hell is this? Why does this thing keep on? What? What the hell? Oh my god, what's happening here? Did you see that? It switched like 7 times. I genuinely think this camera is haunted. That cannot be right. It switched like 7 times. What the hell was that? Anyways, I'm gonna try not to touch anything. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to touch anything because that was creepy as hell. But what we were saying is that yes, we've got. Oh my, what the hell is this? No, please, I cannot do a live stream like this. I just can't do a live stream like this. Oh my god. This is insane. It is absolutely insane. Right. Okay, it's fine. At least I hope so. Roma and Lazio over again. Lazio have asked information when it comes to Zaha. They've contacted Crystal Palace in these last hours, as confirmed by both Fabrizio and Di Marzio. But Roma's always there. Roma's always there in the background. Zaha has been a target since quite a long while. Again, as I said before, I don't think it's a priority, but it's one of those signings which Mourinho would absolutely love. And the thing is, why would he choose Lazio? Like, let's all be honest. You know, this is a Roma fan channel, but why would he ever choose Lazio over us? Why would he choose a team which has publicly announced, when they were playing Conference League games this season, that they don't care about European tournaments because they don't have enough money, and because their transfer window is always a very poor transfer window? They never have the squad depth to play well in both the Serie A and achieve top 4 and go well in European tournaments. And the manager this season, Sarri, has clearly publicly said, this team can't play on both fronts. We don't give a crap about European tournaments. What is the ambitious of a club which publicly says that? I find zero attractiveness when it comes to joining a club which has zero patience, and can I also say zero will in fighting in European tournaments. And we've clearly seen it, because Lazio is exceptionally poor in European tournaments, thrown out by the Conference League, justified by the fact that we don't care, it's just the Conference League, thrown out by Europa League in November, by Feyenoord in the group stage. You see, very incoherent, always blaming us when we win trophies, but deep down, they don't care about these trophies. So why would a player like him, if he's smart, yes, they are playing Champions League, we're not, 100%, but they are going to get thrown out by the Champions League this season, and they are going to go, well, we don't care, because our focus is top 4. And then they get top 4, they get Champions League, they play Champions League, they get thrown out by the Champions League, and they go, well, that's not, that's not our goal. My goal here is top 4. It's like being a Lazio fan is not only like a stairway of a chicken house. You know chicken houses? Yeah, the life of a Lazio fan is like a stairway of a chicken house. It's very short, and added onto that, it's also full of shit. Yes. And second thing, supporting Lazio is like launching a yo-yo. We're at the top. Yay, we're in the Champions League. Oh, we don't want to play in the Champions League. We're back down. Oh yeah, we get top 4. Let's celebrate. We get Champions League. Roma didn't. Yes. We get thrown out. We don't care about it. We're back down. Oh, we get Champions League again. But we're out. We're down. They never have ambitious in these tournaments. They never really have ambition and plans and real projects when it comes to playing in UEFA tournaments. And that is the reason. Obviously, this is a Roma fan channel. I'm a Roma fan, diehard fan. Would I ever say to Zaha, join Lazio? No, that's my job. But I'm here to say, why would you join a team which doesn't care about European tournaments? At least, yeah, okay, I'm not playing in the Champions League, but at least they care about every tournament I play in. And the fact that we've reached 2 European finals in the last 2 years clearly says that. So yeah, again, Zaha, coming back to us, because I don't want to get into a Lazio live stream, because that's not my interest. Zaha back to us, I think would be a great signing, but I don't think it's our priority right now. I really don't think it's our priority right now. I do think Roma's priority as a striker, because Zaha can play as a striker, but he's not born as a striker. So I would definitely say that our priority when it comes to strikers right now is a physical, one of those strikers which uses a lot of physique when it comes to scoring goals and all of that. Zaha's a great player, is a proven player because he's been playing at Crystal Palace exceptionally well, season in. What is the problem? What is the problem with these streams these days? It's so irritating. Am I back live? Please let me know if I'm back live. Anyways, I think we can use him, and we can use him really well because I like him as a player, and I'm somebody who watches the Premier League a lot. But his characteristics they are suited for us. But I think we don't really play with wingers, as I said before. We can play with wingers if we switch up the entire thing. Maybe play with 4 defenders at the back, and all of that. But yeah, you see what I mean? I think, yeah, we haven't really played with wingers much. And the fact that we have sold Kluivert to Bournemouth, and that Kluivert never was really part of our plans, is a true meaning behind that. Because I think Kluivert has had potentials. We could have kept Kluivert. Apart from the fact that we could make money from the Kluivert deal, and we have made money from the Kluivert deal, he's always been a player which I would have given another chance to. But the fact that we sold him and never really cared about him in the past 3 years is another reason. I don't think we massively play with wingers, and that's something very important to point out. So yeah, I think, will we see us getting Zaha? At this stage, I'm going to say no, but it's always their backstage. It's always their backstage because it's always been a Roma priority. We've been linked with Zaha since last summer. He's a player which Mourinho knows really, really well, having managed a lot in the Premier League and having played respectively in the Premier League a lot. But yeah, I do think out of the 2 Roman teams, Lazio is leading the race right now. Fabrizio posted a statement literally a few hours ago, if I'm not wrong. Let me read it to you guys. It says, Lazio have now approached Crystal Palace forward Wilfried Zaha on potential free deal. Negotiations took place, but it's not an easy deal at this stage. Zaha has many proposals, and so will assess his options very, very soon. So yeah, a lot of teams are interested in him. PSG are interested in him. Saudi teams are interested in him. The last time we spoke about Zaha, he was very close in joining Al Nassr, Ronaldo's team. So yeah, I think it's also a player which a lot of teams want. Anyways, we've done speaking about Zaha. What I want to mention today is also Mourinho's letter. Mourinho's letter to the UEFA board, to kind of go, oh yeah, can I add one last thing about Zaha? I actually thought about this before. I think whoever gets Zaha, if Roma or Lazio get Zaha, one of the 2 teams gets a player who in the Rome derby is going to be an absolute pain in the ass. Absolute pain in the ass. As I said before, I watch a lot of the Premier League, and I have never seen a more annoying player than Wilfried Zaha. Referees hate them, other players hate them, managers hate him. Now imagine putting that Wilfried Zaha in the atmosphere, in the rivalry of a Rome derby. Whoever gets Wilfried Zaha out of these two teams, if anybody of these two teams gets Wilfried Zaha, we're going to have a player who in the Rome derby will break our balls until the very last minute. Dives, protests, diving on the floor. It's going to be insane. It's one of those players which if we get, it's going to be great because Lazio fans are going to target him so bad in that derby. But if they get, he's going to... Oh, it's going to be so irritating if he plays against us in that game. Anyways, done with Zaha. Let's mention what Jose, obviously his letter, the kind of the message behind that letter, what this letter means that he sent yesterday to the UEFA board. Now, the UEFA board actually asked him, offered him, I think, like a position, a role to be kind of a member of this UEFA board. And Mourinho sent a letter to this UEFA board saying, "Dear Mr. Boban, in thanking you for the invitation you extended to me to be a member of the UEFA Football Board, I regret to inform you that, effective immediately, I will be renouncing to my participation in this group. The conditions which I so strongly believed in when I joined are no longer standing, and I felt the obligation to take this decision. I kindly ask that you also communicate my decision to the President, Mr. Alexander Cheferin. Kind regards, Jose Mourinho." Reason behind this, message behind this, symbolism behind this. First thing, what does this letter mean? This letter is kind of a letter using nice and kind words to say, you've decided to start to play this game like this. We're only going to continue to play it like this. After what you did to me in that Europa League final, you've always done to me since I became a manager, you've decided to follow that path. Well, I've decided to follow my path as well. That's effectively what he's making up to when it comes to this letter. He's just using kind words as you would use in a letter. He's also saying, it's kind of a message going, you are continuing to alienate me from the game of football and from your shitty association. You're continuing to show why you hate me and the fact that you're against me. I am not gonna waste my time to be part of your circus. To be part of your clown show. I don't want to do that. You are continuing to target me. You're continuing to alienate me from this UEFA association. Why are you even speaking to me? And then the third thing that he's making very clear is, as always, Roma above everything. This is another action of our manager protecting Roma and putting himself to protect Roma before everything. Because, when I say protecting, this is all a matter of revenge. After all that harassment and abuse that not only he received after that Europa League final, but the entire Roma environment received, because we literally, as I said 20,000 times in the last month, robbed in that game, I want to take my revenge. And by taking this revenge, you're not having I will never be able to accept this offer that you've presented to me. So this is effectively what he's saying. The perfect analogy here is we are seeing Mourinho being Roma's Don Quixote. You know Don Quixote? We are literally seeing the same thing here. Him protecting not only this team, this club, this badge, but his players and the fans. Because I think what obviously irritated Mourinho the most after that UEFA penalisation punishment that they gave us 48 hours ago is not him being punished, because he's a mature man right now. It's not himself being punished which he's irritated about. It's why the hell are you punishing the fans? Why the hell are you targeted this fan base? And this is a letter to say, don't worry Roma fans, I am putting myself to protect you guys. Because UEFA has decided to punish you guys, forbidding away games, forbidding home games, fines. What have the fans got to do with this? So that's another reason to say this. Yeah, I think this was definitely studied with the Fredkins as well. I have no doubts about that. This is a letter that Mourinho and the Fredkins studied together. This is a letter which Mourinho wrote with, I think, kind of, I wouldn't say the Fredkins support, but definitely with, the Fredkins agreeing to write this letter, and especially mentioning, make sure to forward this message to Alexander Cheferin. These are all little details which make you, point the finger at UEFA, leave us alone. And yeah, speaking about this, the Fredkins and this thing, the Fredkins and Mourinho met yesterday in Portugal. They met yesterday in Portugal, and the most important thing of their meeting is speculated to be that the Fredkins came towards Mourinho with this letter that Mourinho wrote, but as I said before, I think the Fredkins had a big part in this letter as well, to go, I am going to be behind you, with your back. I'm going to start going against these referees and making myself loud too. And this is the first step to our owners having to make themselves loud. This is a letter which Jose wrote, but it's a letter which Jose wrote with the Fredkins behind his back, without an absolute doubt. And this is a message to go, yes, this is a first step. Yes, you want me to be louder, and I am going to be louder. That's one of the things that they discussed in this meeting in Cascais yesterday in Portugal. And look, another important detail about this meeting that they had in Portugal is that, first of all, this beloved meeting that Mourinho asked for the past 7 months has finally arrived. It happened yesterday to kind of plan the transfer window and the future season. But the little detail of this meeting, which is kind of a detail which shows that over Mourinho's third season at Roma, therefore the season which is about to come, we are going to see the Fredkins kind of lay more towards Mourinho, back him, support him, because he's felt too isolated this season. And the little detail of this meeting which supports this statement which I just made is the fact that the Fredkins went to Portugal, went to Mourinho's home ground, went to Mourinho's house to have this meeting. Could have chosen London, could have chosen Rome. No, I am going to his country. I am going to his home to have this meeting. And that, in my opinion, is definitely a little detail to speak about this. Again, as we've said many times over the course of this last month, I have never, as a Roma fan who's 17 years old, almost 18 years old in September, I have to be honest with you, I never, in fact, ever witnessed Roma being in the center of such polemics and all of that. Roma is definitely, with Mourinho, a more global image, in the sense that we are definitely going to be more targeted, and in fact we are in the middle of a war against the referees. And again, can I just say another thing, which has nothing to do with Roma, but shows you how poor UEFA is, and especially also shows to you how there is something going on between Italy and UEFA which doesn't sound right. I hope, I'm not sure if anybody here watched yesterday's game, France against Italy, under 21 Euro 2020 Euro game. How can you play football with those referees? How are these players supposed to play football, celebrate, win all together, if we've had so many poor referees in their organization? Second reason, how on earth in 2023, in a Euro 20, no, I keep saying Euro 2020 because I'm used to Italy winning that, in a European under 21 tournament, how on earth in 2023 can you play a tournament without VAR and the goal line technology? How? I am utterly shocked by the poor distribution of UEFA lately. It is a joke. I hope everybody here knows what happened in that game yesterday. If you haven't, go back and watch what happened in that game. Who was targeted again? Italy. Is this casual? Maybe it is. Do I think it's casual? Not a chance. Not a chance. Just say it out loud. You hate Italy. Say it out loud, because something ain't right between that shit organization and this country. It just can't be right. Because if it is right, it actually would be very worrying. If everything is correct and right, it would be very worrying for all of these rules implementation and all of that. And I think it is worrying what's going on with that organization, because it's becoming day in, day out more of a joke. It really is. So yeah, I think the letter is a very important statement from Mourinho. It's also a very strong statement. You know, yes, it's a letter, and it's a kind letter, but behind it, you know, it's a very strong and powerful letter. You know, for Mourinho to turn down such an offer is a big image and a big action. So yeah, so the last thing which I am going to mention before ending this stream. By the way, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button. I can't see how many of you guys are in because of the fact that it broke with the internet before. So everyone here, please take 2 seconds to smash the like button. It would support this channel, this community a lot. And yeah, the last thing which I'm going to mention is that our Asian tour is cancelled. We are not going to Korea anymore. We are most probably going to Singapore, and we're going to play a few friendly games there, the one with Tottenham. But we have cancelled our Korea trip because they haven't paid us. These sponsors don't pay us. So we've cancelled the trip to Korea. We are not going to play the friendly games against Wolves and Incheon United. Mourinho will be very happy about this because I may add, Mourinho was never a big fan of the Asian tournée. He would have rather stayed in Rome or maybe gone in his beloved Portugal. So now we got to reorganize everything. But I do think we're still going to Singapore. It's just the Korea part which got cancelled. Anyways, I think it's been good today. It's been fun. Sorry for the internet connection before, and sorry for that screen glitching at the start. I do not know what's happening in this room. I am slowly starting to believe it's a haunted house. If you haven't already, smash the like button. In fact, let me read a few comments. No one is choosing Sarri over Mourinho, says Amir Ba. What is the situation with Verratti and Scamacca? No news on that. I think Scamacca, we're going to aim to close that deal and convince West Ham in these next couple of weeks, most probably in July, with the UEFA sanctions being away. Verratti, no news on that. No news on that. Sorry if you answer this, but could you message me? I can't get into contact with you. Would love to collaborate with you, says the Bayern View. Yeah, write it... text me over at info.thesimonshow@gmail.com. At 20, Roma against Inter, final under 17 Scudetto. Interesting. Hit that like button, yes, please do. And yeah, I am going to cap. How much money do we need from the 30 million? I mean, we've sold a few players. We're not there yet. I think a bit, but we're not far. We're definitely not far. But yeah. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Please do it. And I will catch you very, very soon. Hope you enjoyed it today. Take care. Simon, out.